What's going on, you guys? Local John 1812.
J-Rod 84. What's up, guys?
And we're back with a sports review of March Madness of what's been going on so far. So, what's the biggest upset so far?
I'd say today's the official opening day, for first round games for the NCAA tournament 2018. I'd say, for the most part, a lot of the upper seeds have won. I'd say one particular upset. I'd say, of course, in the South region. The 6-11 game, Miami, Loyola, Chicago. The Ramblers defeated Hurricanes 64-62.
So, bye-bye Miami. Well, at least they get to go back to somewhere sunny and warm. Miami's a good place to be, so,
Yeah, I'd say, I figured, Miami was kind of up and down
right.
during the season. I mean, they were at a high point early in the season, but they were kind of, up and down.
Right.
I said, Loyola, Loyola's not a bad team. This is their 29th win of the season. Actually, this is probably like their second biggest win. Because you remember they won early in the year at Florida when Florida was the top 5 team.
Right.
And now they be the second, Power 5 team, in Miami. The Ramblers move on to play Tennessee on Saturday. Volunteers won their first round game over Wright State, 73-47.
And I don't mean to say Loyola can't win the game, but I think this makes it easier for Tennessee to get to the Sweet 16.
I see. Yeah, it probably does make it easier for Tennessee, but, of course, if you learn anything from Loyola's upset in Miami, I said don't underestimate, the smaller schools.
No, you don't want to do that. You seen what happened today with Miami. Duke cruised to their victory today.
Yes, I said Duke cruised 89-67 over Iona.
But they do have a tough game coming up with Seton Hall.
I said, actually, no. Duke will face Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island. Sorry, yeah, Rhode Island
on Saturday in Pittsburgh. I said the Rams defeated Oklahoma in overtime, 83-78.
Rhode Island is a team that apparently throughout the season had some injuries and couldn't really perform to the ability that we've probably seen today.
Well,
and they're healthy now.
Yeah, probably so. At one point, Rhode Island did win 16 in a row.
Yeah, and then they had some injuries happen, and I guess that's what put them to where they're at right now with the seeding that they did get. They drew Duke in that second round. That's a tough matchup.
Yeah, I see. It'll be an interesting second round matchup.
But apparently, Rhode Island has some leadership. They have some seniors that are on that squad. Same thing with I think they were talking about the same thing with Seton Hall. I think that was the same situation there. They're a experienced ball club. Seton Hall. Who's Seton Hall? Who's going to play?
I believe they will play. If I'm correct, I think it's. If I'm right, I think it's Kansas. I believe.
And Kansas had a for the first 6 minutes. It looked like this could be something, but after that,
I say it seemed like for maybe the first, for the first maybe 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, yeah, but I kind of figure, that's not gonna last long.
Right.
Kansas is gonna pull away.
Right. So, let me adjust.
Well,
but yeah, that's happening. And who do you get the best chance? Seton Hall to beat, if they are playing, if we're correct, Seton Hall to beat Kansas or Duke
Island.
and Rhode Island. I think Rhode Island's got a better chance to beat Duke than Seton Hall does against Duke. It's a tough one.
I don't know. That's kind of a. I don't know. That's kind of a toss up.
Kind of a toss up. It's gonna be interesting to see those two games. So that'd be exciting.
Yeah. See both. Yeah, both.
Now those will both happen on Saturday.
Yes, those will be played on Saturday.
So that's interesting. We still have the other number 1 seed, Villanova. They're playing now, right?
Yes, Villanova is playing Radford.
It was early, real early in that game.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the score is yet.
And Kentucky's getting ready to come on probably in about...
Actually, in less than 10 minutes.
In less than 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and preview that because everyone knows out there when we do our sports show, we are Kentucky fans first and foremost. So here's the thing. I think the Cats should win tonight. Could they lose? Yes. If they revert back to the way they played during the 4 and 5 game losing streaks that we had before, they could lose.
I'd say they could lose.
They could.
But they've been on an upward trend. They've won 7 of the last 8 games. Hell, they won the SEC tournament without their best rebounder in the lineup, and you have to play. And of course, I've seen most I've seen most of the previews of all the 5 seeds. It's pretty much Kentucky. It's pretty much Kentucky Davidson's pretty much been like the trendy upset pick.
Lock. Yeah.
But
who knows?
I was saying, but who knows?
Arizona. That's who did. Arizona hasn't played. No,
Arizona plays after. Arizona Buffalo play after Kentucky Davidson.
Okay, honestly, we'd like to beat the best to become the best. If we are really gonna make this run. But if I could avoid one team, it's not Virginia, it's Arizona. So if Buffalo, you can do us a solid by beating Arizona.
Yeah, because
Aiton is good.
Because Arizona, Kentucky are kind of like in the same boat. They're playing the best basketball right now. Of course, probably the difference is Arizona, of course, has the best big man in the country, and more than likely the number 1 overall draft pick in the June NBA draft in Aiton.
Right. So that's interesting.
Let's say it's it's interesting.
Now, if Kentucky, let's say Kentucky beats Davidson, Arizona, and Virginia.
If they can get past Davidson, if they beat Davidson and they get past Arizona, I got a pretty good feeling that Kentucky could advance a little bit further. Then more likely they'll have to play Virginia in the Sweet 16,
and then possibly Tennessee?
Maybe Tennessee.
Maybe Tennessee.
Maybe Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati,
or Texas, or Nevada, or one of those
somewhere in there,
in the bottom half of the region.
And I don't mind playing Tennessee again. I think I know they beat us twice, and we only beat them when it really mattered in the SEC tournament championship. But I feel better playing them now, and the fact that we probably would have Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't have Vanderbilt when we just played them in the SEC championship game.
I said no, and they still won. And as I said, probably only because Kentucky came out and punched Tennessee in the mouth early.
We found our stroke from 3. This was the year we thought, after like the first, when we started getting past the first few easy games and we started to get a little bit tougher games and we started losing, and we were only making like 1 or 2 3-pointers, we thought this could be the year we don't make the 3-point streak continue. I think it's safe to say tonight we're going to hit 1-3, win or lose. We're going to hit at least 1-3, and the streak's going to continue, which is a good thing.
I would say, Kentucky 3-point shooting over the last 3 weeks,
it's been crazy good.
3.5, 4 weeks, gradually improved. And I believe they're still among the best, if not the best, Power 5 team in the country at defending the 3, which is one thing that they have overlooked about this team this year.
Kentucky came in as a 5 seed.
Yes.
And apparently they were ranked 17th on the list, which means they were the best 5 seed possible.
Yes.
So you guys can Google that if you don't believe us, but that's the truth about that. As if it really matters, but I think it's just just a statistical thing to throw out there.
So far, this tournament's been, pretty.
Can I say it? The tournament's been dry.
Dry.
Is there a feeling like okay?
Dry. What do you mean dry? Like there hasn't been any major upsets?
No.
I think it would.
Okay, well, the upset thing has been thrown out the window because of the way the year went this year. There's no upsets. Anybody can beat anybody right now. That's the way I feel.
Well,
I mean, if a 16 if 16 beat a 1, yeah, come on now. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel excited. And Kentucky possibly could go on a little run and maybe win a championship. I'm not excited like I have been in years past. Do you think it has anything to do with all the investigation stuff and all that type of stuff that's kind of damaged college basketball?
Well, let's say, that might have something to do with it. Because they dropped that bombshell
right before tournament. Do you feel
right before postseason play?
Do you feel a little off on it? That's what I'm saying. Do you feel like the normal excitement, or can you even agree with me that it's not the normal excitement really isn't there this year?
Well, some fans may feel that way about that. I guess I do in just a little bit, and I see knowing that this investigation is just it's hanging over, and I say this is early, and probably as you get closer, to the Final Four, the national championship game, once that's all over with, I probably feel like it's gonna be a huge storm crashing down.
Well,
right now it's the calm, and probably after the national title game is over, the storm will come.
Do you feel like maybe a lot of us fans feel like, I guess it really doesn't matter who wins because one of us might be stripped of the title after this investigation's completely done?
You know what? I don't.
I can't tell.
I don't know. Can't tell who's to say what's gonna happen when the season's over. I said we do know there's gonna be a lot of changes going on.
Did you happen to hear, this is like kind of wrap things up for this game comes on. We just want to do a quick video about March Madness and everything, but one quick thing besides March Madness. Georgia needs a new basketball coach, and apparently Rick Pitino's name was mentioned. What do you think about that?
I don't see it happening. And I said, and to be
That
honest,
fast, his name mentioned that fast. You know, after everything he's done.
yeah, and I said, and you know what? I really don't think they should. Mainly because, okay, I mean, because Georgia's athletic programs right now doing fine. Okay, Georgia's football team, I mean, like, they were basically like a few defensive players away from stealing the national championship away from Alabama.
Right.
And it's, you know, Georgia football, let's say, they got it going on right now. And I probably feel like once Nick Saban retires, Georgia's going to be Georgia's probably going to be the head of the class in the SEC in football. Probably. And, I mean, you know, with all the other stuff, it's in men's basketball, women's basketball, and all the other stuff they got going on, I said they probably feel like if Pitino comes in there, given his prior reputation, they're probably thinking, why in the world would we want to bring this man into this this school?
Here's the thing. It's almost like the Calipari thing when people ask us why do we want to bring Calipari with his baggage. Until they completely suspend Rick Pitino indefinitely, like they did a Calvin Sampson situation. Until they completely do that to him, a lot of people are always going to say, well, Rick didn't know, Rick didn't do this, Rick didn't do that. So I will save my judgment for when the NCAA finally says, Rick Pitino, you are suspended from coaching from college basketball for a year or 2 years. When they do that, until then, I guess if you're a team like Georgia or somebody and you can really benefit from having a coach like him in your program, if he's not really suspended and he could come to your school without any penalty, I'd take the shot. But if you don't believe he did any of this stuff, now if you believe it, like me, I highly doubt that he didn't know anything. So I don't know. I'm not going to pass judgment on the guy. I don't like to do that stuff. One more quick thing, Jay. With 6 games left in the season, we did our last sports show that I remember. I looked at the camera and I said, we're down to 6 games. 6 games down the stretch. We'll go 4-2, and then we're going to win the SEC championship. And we did exactly that. I said we'd lose to Auburn and Florida, and we did exactly what I said. So now do you want my prediction if we're going to win the NCAA tournament?
No. I said, no, I don't want it. I said because...
Why?
I mean, because you and I both know, I just say, you know, NCAA tournament has always been unpredictable. I guess, you know, it's just the beauty of it. I mean, you know, you think you think this team and this team and this team, you know, is going to win it. And then it's like another team out of nowhere comes in and steals it away.
Do I want Kentucky to win? Yes. Do I think Kentucky will win the whole NCAA championship? Local John's prediction. They're going to win it all. Number 9.
That's
number 9.
I just say that's him. Mine, I just say, you know, I'm hoping it happens. Don't know if it will.
Number 9.
I mean, I don't know if it will, but if it does happen, I'll be happy. I'll be ecstatic.
And don't call it a comeback for Cal. He's been there before.
I just say we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, guys, that's all the time we got for today's show, which I hope you like the fact that it is under 15 minutes, and you're going to get something out of it. So don't forget to like,
subscribe,
comment,
share,
and we'd be happy if you guys come back to watch us again and do those things for us. We really appreciate it. Jay, go ahead and hit the stop button for me.
All right, guys. Take care.
Later, guys.